Hello, my name is Confused Fire. I am a member of the Skizzlecraft community and the Skizzlecraft server, or SMP. It's actually my first SMP. I've done a couple servers here and there, but that was a long time ago. And this community is probably at least 10, if not more, times better than that. So this is my base, happily named the Fire Pit. And I'm going to be doing a tour of my base so that everybody can see it who has never actually visited. I'm also going to talk a little bit about my plans moving forward and show off a couple areas that I've started to build but I haven't finished yet. So sit back and enjoy, please. So the first part of my area that I'm going to show off is the bedroom of my house. This is actually the top of a tower that was built into the side of my house as I built it. My house is actually an L shape. Typically I've done square builds and rectangular builds. I've never really done a whole lot of L shaped builds before. So this is something that I'm still kind of learning how to do. So over here is my utility area. Since I largely just build and I'm not someone who's actively progressing in Minecraft as I play on this server, in this SMP, I really only have bare necessities. I don't have an enchantment table. I have armor, but I'm not presently wearing it. This area is my storage area. I am planning on expanding this. I'm just not sure if I'm going to add more chests, if I'm going to make more or a second building and just convert this upstairs into something else on the second floor. So down here, and the staircase is actually built into the same tower that the bedroom is the top of. So over here is kind of a dining area, and I also did a fireplace. I don't do a lot of fireplaces, so this was just a aesthetic that I decided to go ahead and add to the game, or to my house. And then over here, I think this is going to end up being an area where I just put heads and game plushies should I ever decide that I'm going to collect some. So far, all I have are Kinsler's head and Chris Iris, who is my fiance and who also streams. I have her head over here on this, and typically my head goes right here next to hers, but I have it moved somewhere else. So out here is the front of my house. Down there I have a fountain, which is one of the first things I built after I had constructed my house. And then here's the front side of my house. So I was originally going to do these windows where this was on the inside, but I ended up deciding to actually have it sticking out to add some texture to it. That's another thing that I'm still learning how to build and add details. I've been playing Minecraft for a long time on and off, but details is something that I'm still kind of getting the hang of. And then on my windows I also did little overhangs instead of doing where I wrapped the build. And then this is the back of my fireplace. Down here, beside my fountain that's right over there, I built a pier, and where my nether portal is that goes to the nether hub, I built a small building that's actually got a Wheaties banner over here and a Pillager Captain banner right here. So this was a quick build. Originally I had this as all deep slate, and decided I wanted to add a little bit of color to it. And then I put some birch up at the top. All the leaves that surround this base are dark oak because there's dark oak trees on my base over there. So following this right here, this pier that I constructed, I put a little boat launch area. I just don't have a boat in it yet. I have a boat, I just don't have it in here yet. And then over here, besides this little garden that I did, which I put a lot of flowers everywhere. That took some time to get all of those. So down here, I kept having pillager problems when I would be online while nobody else was online, so I started to need buckets of milk. So I found a cow, and I brought the cow in here, and then I constructed a little home shelter for my cow, who is happily named Betty. Betty the cow. So there's really nothing built back here yet. I haven't decided what I want to do back here just yet. And the berry bushes aren't really for protection, they're just to add color. Then backtracking a little bit, this area over here, I built a large cathedral. Well, that's actually a smaller cathedral. I've seen much larger builds than this. But I constructed this, and this is actually the Wheaties Cathedral, which is why there's all these little banners. The Wheaties are a group of individuals here on the server that had actually applied for a smaller event of Minecraft champions, or championships rather, that they didn't get selected, which was kind of sad, but that's alright. So they actually became friends. They are Nikolai, Soaring Leaf, Menace, and Chris Iris. Chris Iris being my fiance, as I mentioned before. So I insist that they are actually more like a cult, but they claim to be an overly enthusiastic farmers guild, so it involves wheat. So that's the answer I'm going to go with. So I constructed this as kind of a token of appreciation to them. So originally when I built this build, I had put this frame before I actually put the scaffolding that goes around, and it didn't quite line up the way I wanted it to when I put the pillars in, so I had to improvise a little bit. And I ended up getting this kind of a look. So, and there's the top of the tower right there. So over here, I constructed, or I've started to construct, I haven't finished it, I just have the frame up. But this is actually going to end up being a boardwalk, kind of like, you know, if you've ever been to Virginia Beach or any places like that, where they have a boardwalk, that's what this is going to be. There's going to be some stores. There's going to be this really big store. I'm probably going to put a small cafe at the top and have this stick out a little bit as kind of a balcony. But I haven't started building this, or I haven't finished this yet. This is actually a long way to go yet. So usually when I build, I will do kind of like what I did with my house over there, where I build the square, or the main part of the structure, and then I will fill in the details. This time I'm doing a little bit different. I did a frame outline of the build, and the deep slate is going to stay, and so will the foundation. But then I'm going to fill this in with terracotta and actually put in the details after that. And then there will be a path that will run between, because there will be stairs here, and there will be a path. it'll run into this main path over here. Originally, I wanted to do a fishing pier, but I already have one over there, so, and then as close as this is to the water, I didn't want to do that. So, down here, this lake that I'm building around slowly, I am going to put coral and tropical fish in it eventually. I'm probably going to texture it a little bit more, do a little bit of work around this edge. In fact, this is probably going to go all the way around. And then on the other side of the church there, where I've already started to do some platforming, I'm thinking about doing some additional gardens, maybe another fountain that will be larger than this fountain. I'm undecided yet on what I want to do with it. So down here, I did lava and copper blocks. I didn't know that the copper would actually oxidize under glass. I've never put copper under glass like that before, so that was a bit of a learning experience for me. And then I'm going to come over here and I'm going to go inside of my nether portal right here, and this is my entry into the nether hub. As you can see, I did nether block face, or deep slate face blocks. I did some dark oak right here, and then lanterns. I'm sure by now you've figured out that my favorite blocks are deep slate and also dark oak. I like darker colors. I like darker shades in Minecraft than lighter shades. The only lighter block that I really like is diorite, and that's just because it's textured, and that's why I use it in coordination with the other blocks. And then obviously some grays, such as the stone brick that I used, and I used a little bit of cobblestone as well. So up here, this is my tower over here. And then this is the house tower that I built. And I just built straight up. Ow. I love when I crash. I've never figured out how to do Elytra very well. So, that's pretty much it. That's... Oh, wait. One spot that I missed. A little bit of a bounce. So, I did a little cemetery next to the Wheaties Cathedral right there, and this is the main gravestone, as it were. I haven't put signs on this yet. This build isn't quite complete. I'm undecided on what I want to do. I'm always welcome to suggestions in the comment boxes too, so if anybody has any suggestions on what I should do. I thought about doing a memorial like I've done in previous survivals and on realms, where I built an actual memorial to military members and those friends of mine who have passed away, because I am a current reservist and former active duty member of the U.S. Navy. So that is just something that's very important to me. So that's pretty much the whole of this. So I'm just going to go back inside my house here. Alright, well that concludes the tour of the fire pit here on Skizzlecraft. As you can see, I'm very supportive of Chris Iris. I mean, she does live with me. So I have temporarily borrowed her head in order to say that you should definitely check out her YouTube channel. You should definitely check out her stream. You should also check out the streams of Nikolai's Kitchen and of Soaring Leaf and Menace as well. They are all very good streamers. Thank you for watching this video. Take care.